And good morning and welcome to another vlog. Ride one. We're gonna probably go to Glen Lake today. And then we'll yap about whatever and hopefully it'll be interesting. But one of the things I really do gotta talk about more, and I know I talked about this before, but I can't stop talking about this, is the bloody war on e-bikes that's going on right now. E-bikes, scooters, mostly because of a few people have fucked up and rode like imbeciles. So now I guess everybody has to pay, and there's people making petitions to ban e-scooters, and it's just like, why? That's a great way to get around. It's a nice, affordable, easy. I mean, I ride an e-scooter myself to get to work. And then like today we're on the e-bike, but I don't generally ride this fast. I tend to go, we've discussed before, I go 20, 30. Like today we'll probably go 20 because I want more range. I only really go 30 sometimes. But even 30, like, it's not that fast. And then even when I go 30, there's people on the road bikes that pass me all the time because they're the fastest people on the trails. It's not the e-bikes. The e-bikes just get all the blame for it. But it's one of them things that grinds my gears. It just seems like there's all this e-bike hate. And I really think it's just because insurance companies see dollar signs, and if they can force everybody to have to insure their e-bikes, they see a dollar stream. But that won't be what happens. We'll just stop riding e-bikes. That's what will happen. I mean, I love my e-bike. It's fun to ride. But if I have to suddenly insure it or get a license for it, fuck that. I'll just go buy a regular ass bike. I'm still thinking of doing that anyways. Getting a regular bike. Just because I always have the range anxiety with the e-bike. So, that's one of the things. Whereas a regular bike, I ride as far as you want. I mean, many, many years ago, I used to ride a normal ass bike out to Sydney, which was a pretty good clip. So I'd go 50, 60 kilometers on it. Like this one bike that I got, it's got like fat tires and stuff. So if there's no motor, it's really hard to pedal. And it weighs a lot too. But with the motor, it's quite nice to ride. It's nice to be able to go up a hill without too much worry. But then I don't feel like, the problem with it too though is I don't want to lock it up anywhere, so it's not practical to go ride your bike like to a movie theater or something and lock it up outside, because especially in this town, by the time you come out of the movie theater, your bike's gone. You know, or restaurants, and you always got to have it like within visual sight. And another thing I find silly too with these ridiculous e-bike laws they want to propose, they want to ban throttles on an e-bike, which I think is absolutely stupid, because like here's pedal assist, it just kind of goes, it jerks forward, right? And I mean like gear 2, right? Whereas with the throttle, I'll start here. I can like start out nice and slow with a light with the throttle and then pedal. Or if I just want to go really slow, like what I'm going to do right now, I can just use the throttle and just kind of go a happy little speed. But when I start pedaling, it just starts going up to the 20 or whatever. So like for me, I use the throttle to go slower, not to go faster. If I want to go faster, I pedal. That's where the pedal assist comes in. It's like people that make these laws don't understand how e-bikes work and what the purpose of things are for them. They think, oh, it's a throttle, can't have that. They don't understand what you're using the throttle for. And some people will just use the throttle because they're just too tired to pedal, so okay, we'll use the throttle. But even then, the throttle doesn't go as fast as the pedal assist. Like if I'm using pedal assist, I can go faster than I can if I'm using just throttle. And I'll use a lot less power. So this is why I think like just these laws are so stupid. And then the power limits and stuff, it's just like, you know what, if you're not riding fast, it shouldn't fucking matter. Now I sort of understand their point with like the Surons that go fucking 50 miles an hour. And then you got some like 12-year-old kid riding it, doing papa wheelies down the highway. You know, obviously that makes sense. Okay, you know, under 16, you probably shouldn't be on a Suron. Hell, at 16, you shouldn't be on a Suron. You should be on a Suron until you're like 17, 18 at least. Like, really, a Suron's an electric dirt bike. It is a motorcycle, but what I'm riding, no, not a motorbike. And I'm actually even thinking of going to like a lighter weighty bike if I don't go to a regular bike. Just because then I can ride it more like a regular bike. And probably get even more range. Because you can just use the motor for hills, right? I'm going to slow around this dog here. There we go. But yeah, that's how it burns. It grinds my gears. And then like Facebook, I was scrolling and they're using this story about, oh, in 2025, 10 kids died on e-scooters. You know, and that's all they mention. You know. I mean, for all we know, they were hit by cars. Not to mention, I guarantee you more kids died in car accidents than on e-scooters. But they don't ban cars, do they? No, they just got to pick on the scooters and the e-bikes. And I have a fast scooter. I didn't get it for the speed though. I got it for I wanted range. Didn't like charging my scooter every flipping time I took it out. So I got one that had like a powerful motor and dual motor, so I can go up a hill fast, which I like. But like my scooter is actually capable of doing 80 kilometers an hour or 90 or something. Like, I don't know. I've never been the top speed on it. That's just what the rating's supposed to be. But what I do is there's like 3 speed settings, right? There's speed 1, which will do about 30, 35, depending on your battery. If it's low battery, it'll do about 30. If it's full battery, it'll do about 35. So pretty slow. The echo mode on it, unfortunately, is useless because it'll only go like 20. So it's not very useful. Gear here. And then if I go to gear 2, it'll go up to like 55 or 60 kilometers an hour, which I'm not sure what that is in miles. But that's what it'll do there. And I used to use that on some roads if there was no bike lane. I could keep up with traffic at least and not die. But nowadays I don't touch that. And then if you go to the 3rd gear, that'll go like, you know, whatever the top speed is. And only once I ever went on that. I got it up to like 72 one time on a dead road testing it. And then at that point I just started slowing down. No, this is too fast. So I could have went faster, but I didn't. And then after that, I just decided that, yeah, we're going to pretend that speed setting doesn't exist. So, and nowadays, I just leave it on number 1. I never go to even number 2 because I heard they're like cracking down on fast riders. So I won't even keep up to traffic, even though it's probably safer, but it is what it is. But that scooter, I just ride to like the grocery store and to work and back. That's really all I use it for. Shopping at places where I can take it in, because I don't want to bring the e-bike and leave it outside. So. But yeah, like the laws are getting dumb. I half expect them to be banned, so I don't expect to be able to even keep my scooter. Like they say the pilot program is in BC anyway, it's going until 2028. So by then we'll see what the laws are looking like. But I mean, they might change even before that, and then I'll have to probably sell my scooter if I even can sell it at that point. I may just sell it sooner while it's still worth something. But that would kind of suck. Like what I really liked about that scooter, which is why I bought it in the first place, it had big 13-inch tires on it. And because of the bigger battery, it had a lot of range. So look what's coming past me in a second. See which bikes it is? Look how they ride. 3 across the whole fucking trail. They're always passing you. And yet no one complains about them. And they're the worst offenders of every bike offense that people bitch about. But the e-bikers get all the blame. Like I was going down a little hill there, I got up to 28 kilometers an hour. I was going about 22 when they passed me, and they're just gone. They're going probably 40. I'm riding 3 across the whole trail so no one can get around them, but at least they're not going slow, I guess, but so no one's passing them anyways. But there's some people that will ride like that too, but then they'll block the trail and they'll go really extra slow and then you can't get around them. And people don't know trail etiquette. Me, I try to ride off to the side because I don't ride like super fast. Like I'm going out to Glen Lake today and it's a little bit farish and I might go further than that too, so that's why I'm on gear 2 right now and I'm mostly pedaling anyways. I got my pedal thing at number 4. So, but that'll give me good range, which is what I got this bike for too. I want a good range because I do enjoy biking and I like to go far. So, but the trade-off is you got to ride kind of slow. So I'm sitting here doing my little 20K and then look, everyone's passing me. But I'm the problem, right? According to the laws. I mean, this bike, if I wanted to, on a full battery, it'll go 45 kilometers an hour. But then I won't be able to go very far. So it's not really worth it. That's if I go up to speed 5. Which I never do because it's just not worth it. It drains all the power too fast. Other road bike. It's always the road bikes. I would get a bike like that, but I don't like the handlebars. And I like to go down like trails and things, and I don't know about them skinny tires, but I see them on the trail, so maybe it's fine. Like the fat tires are nice. Like I rode this bike in the winter one year, and I was able to get through the snow in it because the fat tires work pretty well on that. So it was handy there. I think my scooter, because it has like big off-road tires, I think I could handle the snow in that as well if I had to. Thankfully it doesn't snow that much in Victoria. Like we got lucky last year, we didn't get any snow. And if it could be like that every year, I'd be happy, but I know we'll get snow again. There was one year in 1996, we called the blizzard of 96. There was so much snow, everything was just shut right down, you couldn't get anywhere. There was like 4 or 5 feet of snow on the ground. In Victoria, I don't like plows, so you were just stranded. Never seen anything like that before or since. Because it's like a freak storm. But yeah, that year I was stuck in my house for 3 days because we lived in a basement suite with sliding glass doors and went to open the thing. The drift was so high, we went to the top of the door, you couldn't get out. Then one of my friends came and dug us out with a shovel. crazy times. And then he went walking down the streets, and it's just like you're hip deep in snow in the middle of the road. It's craziness. But that was like one time. So generally in Victoria, it's mostly just rains a lot in the winter. So you gotta have good rain gear or an umbrella. Because yeah, otherwise you just get soaked. Today, just because it was a little cloudy, the weather says it's not supposed to rain, but just in case, I brought my rain gear with me, so if I do get caught in the rain, I can just stop and throw my rain stuff on. I picked that up on Temu just for my bike. But, yeah, getting back on like just the war on e-scooters. I think it's because there's a lot more riders riding now, so they're more noticeable, and I get why there's a lot of people riding them. I mean, it saves a lot of money on gas. Gas prices are nuts right now. I mean, they're anywhere from like $1.80 to $2.30 a liter, depending like on what week it is. I think the highest I saw it was about $2.30. I'm going like, yeah, I can afford that. It's like even if I had a car, I wouldn't be able to afford to drive it. It's too expensive. Yeah, and then insurance too. They hit you with every fucking thing too. It's expensive. So it's not worth it to drive a car. It's kind of a bit of a hill here. But like lately, it just seems like every time I open up Facebook, I see like post after post of this same stupid 10 kids died in 2025 on the e-scooters thing, or calls for bans, are e-scooters safe, and blah, 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 blah. It's just constant bullshit. People just hating. Coast down this. And then they got these like almost racist pictures, you could almost say, where they're like cartoons of e-bike riders, and of course the people on the e-bikes in the picture are depicted as like fat slobs, which isn't the case. I mean, I'm not fat at all. I ride an e-bike. You still get exercise on an e-bike. I mean, I'm out on it. I pedal the whole way. I'll go sometimes 60K rides. My average ride's 30 to 40 kilometers. And I pedal the whole time. Except for down like a hill or something. Obviously. But yeah. It's just sickening. And then the politics in the news is just, it's exhausting. I'm not even going to bother getting into that. But a little bit I'll get into it, but like the short thing is Donald Trump makes demands and then Canada ignores them because bullying doesn't work on us anymore. And then he sets some bullshit deadline, which of course gets ignored, and he'll probably go back on it anyway. And then even if a deal's reached, he'll just change his mind, or he'll decide there's some other thing that's annoying him, and more tariff threat again. So it's just, I don't even know why our government's bothering to deal with him. I think we should just completely just pull out and just ignore the U.S. entirely until they get somebody sane running it. But, you know, that's just me. But anyway, enough about that buffoon. What is this now? Was the light broken? Well, I'll hit the button anyway and see what happens. Light broken? Oh, she's not telling me. They'll tell me when we can go, I'm guessing. I can go? Okay. Alright, I don't know what they're doing there. I think maybe the traffic light was messed up because it looked like it was just blinking. So maybe they were trying to fix it or something. Anyway. But yeah, like biking, I like doing it, you know. In the winter, I know I'm not going to get a lot of rides in anymore because it's just hard to ride in the winter, because it rains all the time, so I tend to only go out in it when I have to. So I guess when winter hits, don't expect too many ride vlogs. But, I mean, at this point, I don't even know how long I'm going to keep doing it anymore. I mean, I've literally been uploading daily for 3 months straight, and there's not a lot of views happening, so I don't even know if it's being shown to people. I mean, I'll keep at it because I kind of like making the videos. I do enjoy doing it, even though nobody watches it. I guess that's YouTube. Advice I've had from other people and other YouTubers, they seem to say, just keep at it. You know, so I'm just keeping at it. But not to say it isn't a little frustrating. When you just look every day, it's like, oh my god, nobody watched anything. Oh, what is this now? Oh, I see. I guess we go around this way now. Always an adventure. Yeah, it was that way. I guess they moved it. Hopefully that's it for the detours. But yeah, I will admit I'm getting a little bit frustrated with the YouTube views at the moment, but I'm not going to complain too much. Yeah. I just keep making the videos, maybe try to make them better, I don't know. There's only so much you can do with ride vlogs, though. Like, I was making them all into chapters and stuff, and I'm kind of thinking, like, maybe that's pointless. Because I do clip, like, shorts out of them anyways. Or the shorter videos anyways. I guess you can say, oh, what is this now? What fresh hell is this? I'm confused. I don't know what they're doing there. I've been kind of playing around with like different editing programs and stuff too to figure out. But I always seem to go back to Clipchamp. The problem with Clipchamp though is I can only export in 1080. So, like today I'm recording 4K 30 frames per second. But even that, when it's exported in 1080p, will still look better than if I just recorded in 1080p. So there's that. I tried using CapCut to export into 4K, but it looked worse than the 1080p one, which was odd. So I don't know if that's like a CapCut thing. So then there's this other one I'm going to try out, like one something or whatever. I forgot the name of it, but I have it installed at home. I just installed it this morning. I'm going to try it out with this video and see how it does. And hopefully it'll look better. If not, I'll just use Clipchamp again. I like Clipchamp because it's really easy to use, which is good because I'm not very good at video editing. I tried DaVinci Resolve one time, but I had trouble figuring it out. I was record stuff with OBS Studio, and because I do video game playthroughs as well, and for some reason everything I recorded in OBS Studio, DaVinci Resolve wouldn't recognize. Although I never tried it with my GoPro videos. But, it was pretty complicated too, like a little above my skill level, I think. So I'm trying like some of these other ones that are supposed to be easier. I wish I could remember the name of that one I downloaded today. I haven't used it yet. I just sort of opened it up and I looked at it. It looked kind of simple. So. It looks like it's just a lot of like drag and drop and move stuff around how you want, so that's kind of cool. Thankfully, I have a pretty good PC when it comes to video editing because I bought my gaming PC in 2025 when Oblivion Remastered came out because I wanted something that could play that good, so I bought this like pre-built one that had 32 gigs of DDR5 in it. It had an i7 20 core. I forget what generation. It was newer. And then it had a 4070 Super, like a 12 gig GPU. So pretty nice computer. It was a Lenovo. It had some extra ports and stuff for things too. Like I was surprised it had an extra hard drive slot in there and cables for them. So I was able to put a second hard drive in, which I ended up sticking Bazzite OS on to try out. And I played with that for a couple months, but there was things I just missed from Windows, so I ended up going back to Windows, at least for now. I kept the Bazzite drive though. I still go by, like back on it every now and then and I update it. Play around with it, but then I end up going back to Windows. The Vulkan shaders thing was getting so annoying. I go to load a game, it's like, yeah, the game would be punchy, like loading quick, but then you got to sit through the Vulkan shaders for fucking 20 minutes. And then I missed that microphone thing that Windows has where you can just click on the microphone and then click anywhere you want to put text and you can just dictate your text instead of typing it, which for me is awesome because I'm a shitty typer. I type 2 fingers like a Neanderthal. Always have, just could never grab. Oh, look at that bird. It was running funny. I'm pretty sure the camera saw that, so that's cool. But yeah, I type really slow, so it takes me a long time to type shit, and I miss keys and stuff, so I'd rather just use the voice thing. And I couldn't find anything like that on Bazzite. I just let the car go. Easier. But if I ever find something like that that actually works good, like the Windows one on Bazzite, then I might actually go more to Bazzite because there's a lot of things to like about that system. It's a lot like SteamOS. Except I can't put SteamOS on my computer because I have an NVIDIA and stuff and it just doesn't work with it. But Bazzite does somewhat. But I'm still like on the fence with the Linux thing a little bit. I'm patient though. I can wait for it to get better. Because if Microsoft goes to complete crap, I'll just load up the other drive. That's all. It's not that hard to dual boot, especially when you got 2 separate drives. Because I have my Windows on its own drive, and I have my Bazzite on its own drive. So there's no partitioning going on. It's just they're on their own thing. Which is handy. But anyways, I got off my train of thought there. I was talking about video editing and I got into fucking Bazzite, but yeah. But the point I was trying to really make is just that, you know, my computer can handle the video editing. It does it quite quickly. It does it well. Like in my GoPro, I got it just 3 months ago, and I got a pack that came with 2 batteries. So I have an extra battery with me if I need it. So. Sometimes I think maybe I should have got a DJI camera, but I don't know. At this point, it doesn't matter. Because I look at it as like, you know what, I got the GoPro, let's just live with my choice, and yeah. I was having some issues where it would just randomly stop recording and turning off, but I feel like I might have fixed that by simply, what I used to do is I would erase the memory card from the camera after I uploaded to my computer. But now I format it on the computer, and for some reason that seems to work better for the camera, and then it doesn't seem to shut off. Quiet while we're at the light here. It's gonna change any day now.
Generally not really. You couldn't even find
This is where the throttle's nice. I can just go slow behind these people. There we go. Now what the pedals is. So yeah, the people like against throttles on e-bike, you guys are stupid. You don't know anything about how throttles are. Like some of the laws with e-bikes is getting so dumb that I'm just like, you know, maybe I just won't bother anymore. But anyways, I'm gonna try the new video editing thing that I downloaded today. We'll see how it works for this, and if it doesn't, I'll just use Clipchamp again. There's a new like a bike overpass they made. I really like it. It makes getting this whole part like just so much easier. Oh, it looks like they finished paving this part too. This was all gravel before. When you come off here, this part here was gravel, but I see it's all paved now. That's cool. So yeah, win-win. Hopefully I don't miss my turn for one leg. I know it comes up at some point, but I think it's a ways yet. And if we miss it, we miss it. You know, it's not a big deal. I'll just ride somewhere else. I mean, this is a fun trail anyway to do. It's really good. This will go right out to Sooke. And further too, actually. I've taken it as far as the potholes out there, which is really far. That ended up being like 95K ride. We won't be doing that today. I don't want to go that far. That was a bit much, to be honest. I have thought about doing a bike ride trip to like Vancouver, but I couldn't do that on an e-bike because I just wouldn't have enough power. But like I could ride out to like Sydney on a normal bike, right? And then just get on the ferry and go over to Vancouver. Because obviously I'm not going to ride across the ocean, but and then ride into Van. Which would be all right. It'd be a neat thing to try one day. I don't know. I don't know when or if I'll do it, but. It's weird times right now. We're sort of in the wild, wild west era with like e-bikes and scooters because there's not really any true regulations on them. It's kind of like as long as you're not riding like a dick, they don't really do much. But that's sort of starting to change now, unfortunately. And it's mostly because of the kids on the Surons and then some of the guys on the road bikes that break a lot of the laws. They just see bikes and they blame e-bikes because that's the big talking point now. So, which for older people like me, I'm in my 50s now, so. E-bikes are like good mobility for me, you know? I guess. See, if we were to go down that way, that will go to Hatley Castle. And then this, which for some reason isn't labeled, should be Sooke Road if we go down that way. It's like a highway. But what we're doing, we're going to the trail over there. First we gotta get through this pain in the ass intersection. It's gonna change any day now, I swear. There we go. Holy fuck, that was a long way. No one's coming. I'm going to cheat and go this way. Rather than wait for the light twice. Not advising to do that, but, you know. That's the only type of red light I'll run. Is like one like that where I know it's not a big deal. Like other red lights where heavy, I would never do that. Like heavy traffic, hell no, I'll wait for it. So. I guess I'm the slowest guy on the trail. That's sort of the shitty trade-off with e-bikes, though. It's like, yeah, you can go fast, but then you can't go anywhere. You got no range. So. And then when you want to have range, you have to fucking ride so slow, so it kind of just. Sometimes I question why I bothered getting an e-bike, you know. I mean, it's okay when you're on a hill or something, and then they're like, oh, it's kind of nice to have that motor, but. I really am like debating just getting like maybe a skinny tire mountain bike, just because it'd probably be easier to pedal. Because that way I don't have to have those horrible handlebars that are on the 10-speed bikes. Something lightweight anyways. But like shocks are kind of nice to have, but they're not really even that necessary because you can use your body like a shock if you know what you're doing. Like if you stand up a little bit when you're going over certain bumps, you can bend your knees a little bit, and it'll flex the bike, and it's like having shock. It's hard to describe how to do it, but I do it over speed bumps all the time. It's something I learned when I was like 10 or something. Riding my old BMX in the 80s. Because that's what we all rode in the 80s, was BMXs. Which only had one gear. And mine, the brakes were, if you pedal backwards, that was the brakes. It didn't actually have cable brakes. It just, you pedaled backwards and then it would stop. Like, your back tires start skidding. And then they had like little pads on them, which really did nothing other than decoration. But I don't know. Went everywhere on those fucking things. That was the times though. That's what we did. It was for fun. We did that, or we played the original Nintendo, a lot of Mario and shit. Or you play Mario in the arcade sometimes. Pac-Man. Played a lot of that. A lot of quarters. Well, I've always been a big fan of riding bikes, and for whatever reason, I didn't ride them for like 20 years. Like, I stopped riding bikes in like 94, I think. And then I never got another bike until 2022 when I got my first e-bike. Which I got at the mall at Energy One. It wasn't a bad bike. It was another fat tire one too, but it had like really terrible range. But anyways, I ended up getting rid of that one, and then I got this e-bike, and this one I've had ever since. I've had to do some work to this one though. I had to change the pedals because the cheap ones they had on there just kind of snapped. I had to completely change the brakes because again they had the really cheap ones on there. I'm not the biggest fan of this half twist throttle either because sometimes I'll accidentally hit it. It's a bit of a pain. I hope I didn't miss one, Mike. I may stop and have a little look at the map just to make sure. But I don't think I've passed it yet. Like, we're not going to be going around it because I didn't see a pathway around the lake. It just seemed like there was this little part you could go in, like a little bridge, and it was like a little lookout thing. It looked kind of cool. I don't know, that'd be kind of neat to go see. So. We're kind of going for that. Well, I don't see a lake anywhere, so I don't think I passed it. I guess we gotta cross here. Here looks like it's green, and then we gotta get over there. Look at the Colwood sign there. It's all made of like wood and shit. Which is kind of funny because Colwood. They got wood. This will be like Langford there, I guess. Or maybe it's Colwood. I don't know. This is Colwood. I guess they're going into Colwood, or maybe that's Langford there. You can tell they don't live over here. Oh, my green screen. So we'll just head over to here and. On the trail. It's a lot of gravel trails when you get out this way. There's not so much pavement anymore, which is fine. It kind of gives you that backwoodsy off-road feel. I don't know. I almost like them more than the paved. But I'm kind of indifferent. It doesn't matter. Like, as long as the view is good on a trail, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty easy to please that way. Like, it doesn't take much to entertain me, really. A good bike ride, I'm pretty comfortable doing that. Or I used to like going on road trips like years ago. That's the only time where I wouldn't mind having a car, maybe, is for like to go on road trips. But then, like, gas is so expensive. So. Your road trip would get pretty expensive. So it's kind of not really worth it. Where's this go to? Colwood Park or something? Maybe on the way back I'll go through there or something. Take a look at it. Not sure. I'll check my map later and see. Checking if my microphone's still there. I tried using the magnet to clip it onto my shirt instead of just clipping it on the top like I usually do. I thought maybe it would keep it more pointed up and give me a little better sound. But, my dog's over here. I see. But then I'm nervous, like what happens if the magnet thing like slips off? It seems like it's pretty strong though. So. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with that mic mini. It does give pretty good sound. And I'm just Bluetooth into my GoPro because I don't have like a receiver or media mod or anything. I'm not sure I'll get a media mod. I'm debating because I thought maybe if I got a media mod, I could maybe get a receiver or something for the mic mini, and I might be able to hook more than one mic up for rides when I take the daughter along, and so you can hear her better. I don't have to stick the mic on my shoulder. But in the meantime, I'm mostly do solo rides anyways, so what's this say? Is this the Glen Lake Trail? I'm not sure. I don't know. Oh, that might have been it. We may have to turn around. I think that's Glen Lake. There's a little walkway thing I wanted to go on. I don't think there's a pathway to it. Because it won't be here. It might be the other way. We might have missed it. Let me see if I can just peek over here and see. Yeah, it can't be this. Okay, that's a little dock thing. And then I think the little, it might be over there. Yeah, I think we missed it. I think we were supposed to turn over there. So we'll just go check real quick. I think so. I missed my turn. Missed my turn. Yeah, that's where we were supposed to turn, right there. They're looking at me weird. I kind of missed my turn. But it's supposed to be a cool looking little thing. Oh, there's a bunch of people on it. Oh, we'll just take a peek here. I thought there was a wider lookout thing. Huh. Well, that's sort of disappointing. Yeah, I thought there was like a wide view thing. Yeah, this one is like a bunch of like lily pads and shit. And then over here, we have the lake. Actually, I might as well get a little, a short video of the lake too while we're at it. This is Glen Lake here. You can see there. We're just on this like little walkway thingy. And then over here, we have like these little like lily pads and things. Whatever that grass is. It's kind of neat. Somebody fishing over there, but I'm trying not to get them on camera. I got the bike filming too. Oops, there we go. Here, I'll zoom out a little bit. Like a dog. It's kind of a neat looking little lake. There we go. So that's Glen Lake. And now we'll make the thumbnail for the video. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna get off of here. Alright. Time to turn around. Alright. There we go. So yeah, that was Glen Lake, and there's a bunch of people coming, so we're gonna go around back on the trail. I'm kind of motivated to go a little further now, so zip my pocket up here though. Alright, let's go. Yeah, a little bit disappointing that walkway, because on the map it looked better. It had like a big like circular lookout part it looked like, but when I went on the bridge I didn't see that. So, a little disappointing. But an okay view, I guess. So, there's that. I guess the bike camera got a nice view for a little while there while I was filming with the phone there. But yeah, with these vlogs now, I'm not sure I'm gonna keep doing the for vlog's sake thing with the same thumbnail all the time. I think I'm just gonna start using thumbnails from the actual rides, as opposed to the one that was from one of the rides. I don't know, I'm just trying things out, because you know, I'm still in like the little to no views era of my YouTube career, so I'm kind of trying stuff out, see what works, see what you like, see what you don't like, try to fix it. Like little clips from the rides, though, I feel are kind of important to do, because I know not everybody wants to watch like a 2-hour ride or whatever. Oh dear, which way do we go here? I guess that way. What the hell? All the lights are red. I don't know which way to go. I know I got to get over there somehow. So, let's do this. We'll just go up here and see what we can do. I may have to like race across the road where there's no traffic or something. I'm not sure how you're supposed to get to that, because there's the trail we have to get to right there somehow. So I have to get to there somehow. Oh, no cars are coming. Let's go real quick before they get here. There we go. That's not the best design. Just saying. It could be better. But, well, we made it, so I guess it's fine. I mean, in a busy part of the day, though, I don't think you'd ever get there. I guess you just have to go, like, the wrong way up the side part there is what the only thing you could really do, I suppose. One of those deals. It's been a little while since I've gone out this far, though, on this trail. Could maybe swing by the Perry Bay Sheep Farm if we go that far. Maybe the sheep will be out and a little video there. It's hit and miss with them because sometimes you'll go there and you won't see any sheep, and then other times you'll go there and there'll be like 100 of them. So it's a bit of a gamble if you're just going to see the sheep. Well, we're kind of just going that way for the sake of it, so it's sort of like, if they're there, they're there. In the meantime, we're just going down this trail here. Goose still. We're having a garage sale. That's what I should do one of these days, have a garage sale and just clear out some of my old stuff. Thin it out a bit. I gotta start preparing for the day that I might decide to move to a different city. Or stay here. I don't know. Part of my plan this year is like if I don't lose my job in September, if I still have that, then we'll probably take some day trips throughout the year to Vancouver to get a feel for it. Yeah, there's a car coming. I'll just let him go. But I think it's good to go there in the winter when it's like the rainy season and kind of get a feel for the weather. Because I like the idea of Vancouver because there's a lot more to do there. There's a lot of, you get really good concerts and shows, and there's better transit for sure. Although I looked into it, it's pretty pricey for like a bus pass or something, but I mean a day pass you get to do every once in a while. So not too bad. There's a lot of people on this trail out here. But there's some good bike areas to go on. So. A lot of shops, a lot of places have things in stock. In Victoria, a lot of places won't have things in stock. It's always you gotta order in because we don't have it. So you feel silly even just going to stores. But like Vancouver, a lot of times the stuff will be in stock there. So. Give this dog some room here. Oh, he's cute. He's a little tiny guy. I know, I like dogs. I don't have a dog because I have a cat. And when I work kind of long hours, so it's not really practical for me to have a dog. Whereas my cat can just kind of do what she wants. So. My cat's got a great life. I'm a little bit jealous of her, I'm not going to lie. He just sleeps, goes out with you. She likes to go out at night. She'll sleep all day. She's kind of like me that way. I like to go out at night too. GoPro don't like nighttime that much, so I don't film too many rides at night. But it's pretty early in the day today, so. Well, a lot of people are out pretty early. So. But then it's not like the peak heat yet either, though. So I think it's supposed to get like 24 or something today. So right now it's kind of nice and cool. I got a breeze, so I got a hoodie on. And then I got rain gear in my pack just in case. And then if it gets too hot, I can just take the hoodie off and throw it in the pack. So I'm well prepared. I got tools and things. I got a hand pump inside the frame of my bike in case I ever need it. But I generally don't because I have flat out in the tires, and so they never get flats. And even if they do, the flat out just instantly seals them. So, it's great stuff. I highly recommend it. I put it in all my stuff. Like my last bike, I put it in there too. My Apollo Ghost, I put it in there. I put it in my Punk Rider because the so-called self-healing tires didn't work on that one. It sounds like a gunshot. I think we're by a firing range. Yikes. Hope I don't get shot. I shouldn't have said that because now it'll be ironic if I do get shot. But that sounded like a bloody gunshot. That's definitely a gunshot. Why would they have a fire range that close to the bike trail? That's insane. Some errant shot. Oh yeah, there's people shooting over there. Well, don't shoot this way by mistake. Jesus. I'm not the biggest fan of guns. I'm more of a sword guy. I like my katanas and ninja swords and things. I have a pretty good collection of them, actually. I got about 10 of them. Some of them are like spring steel. Some of them are like 1060 folded steel. They're all functional, except for one. I got one stainless steel one that I got just because I like the look of it. And I knew I was never going to use it, so. It's what you would call a wall hanger. And then I got like a lot of ones that are all functional, made for cutting. My favorite ones are the spring steel ones. I got 3. I've got what's the name of that brand? I'm blanking on the name right now. I'm so terrible with names of things. But anyways, they're 90-60 spring steel, and they'll cut through a car door. They're fantastic swords. That's what I like to collect. I like archery too, but I don't have a bow because it's just like, I mean, where am I going to shoot it? That's the only reason I don't get one, is because I don't know where to shoot it. It would be kind of like a bit of a waste of money to get a bow. I mean, I guess the swords are kind of a waste of money, but I like to hang them on the wall or something. I don't have them hanging on the wall right now in my new place. I got nowhere to fucking put them yet. I'm working that out. So they're kind of in a bag. I got one of them on display. You're clear. Okay. But yeah, when I was a kid, I was like way into like ninja movies. I used to watch like Sooke movies all the time. I loved them. I have the Kosugi Trilogy on Blu-ray. That's Enter the Ninja, Revenge of the Ninja, and Ninja 3: The Domination. Which is really just The Exorcist with ninjas, and it's fucking great. Just don't take it too seriously. But out of those 3, like Revenge of the Ninja is the best one. It's just non-stop action, that movie. The first one, Enter the Ninja, is kind of like the tired old trope of the big company trying to take the farmer's land, and he doesn't want to sell, so they're going to try to make him sell. And it's just like, yeah, we've seen that in every Western movie. So it's a little bit of a tired kind of plot, but it's still a pretty fun movie. Although the ninja that's supposed to be helping the guy out really doesn't help at all, because the guy's wife fucking leaves him, and then he gets killed anyways, and I was like, what did you do? You didn't do anything for it. You made it worse. That was a good movie, though. And then Revenge of the movie is just fucking awesome. I mean, the plot's not the greatest, but you don't really care that much, because it's just a fun movie to watch. And then, like, Ninja 3: The Domination is just priceless. I'll give you the rundown of that one real quickly. It's basically ninjas out there whacks a bunch of cops because he's assassinating somebody at a golf course is where that starts, and the police come, and then they're trying to get him, and he kills a bunch of them, and then he gets like shot a bunch of times, and he disappears with a fucking smoke bomb and like the sand, and then And they're like, oh, we can't find him. So they go looking for him, and then he fucks off, and he's all bleeding half to death and dying. And there's this chick working on like a telephone wire or something. She sees him, and she's like, oh, what are you doing? So he gives her the sword, and then kind of dies in the process of handing her the sword. And then there's this like a little energy thing, like, and he transfers his soul into her, and she gets possessed, and then she takes the sword or whatever. And then she starts becoming the ninja and going out and she's killing all the cops that killed him. Because she's possessed. And then Kosugi's like this other ninja that got his eye taken out by that ninja, I guess, and they show a clip when that happened. So he eventually fights him. And yeah, it's cheesy, but it's funny. It's fun to watch. I enjoy it. I view it kind of like a ninja comedy a little bit. I guess you could say it's like a ninja horror comedy. It's kind of like those B-rate horror movies a little bit, but with ninjas and comedy. So, I recommend watching all three of them. And then he did some other ones like 9 Deaths of the Ninja and stuff, but those ones weren't as good. But, look at this, they're blocking the whole trail. Oh, let's give them a little horn here. There we go. That's their heads up. A trail over there or something. Look at those two with the matching shirts. They're like a team or something, I don't know. Yeah, hiking, I'm not a fan of hiking. Especially on like hotter days too, it's just unbearable. But on a really hot day, I will go out on the bike, no problem. Because you get the breeze from riding, so it's not too bad. And then like right now, it's kind of cool, especially under the trees here, so it's a good breeze. Nice little wooden bridge here. Bumpy as fuck though. That's still tight. Yeah, I really like this camera mount though. It works well. Yeah, there's I think it's an ocean beach just past there we could go to as well. Should be a horse farm right here, I think, actually. Yeah, there we go. A couple horses out there. Yeah, see right there. Cool. We'll leave the horse alone for now. He's like chilling out eating hay or something like that. Check on my battery real quick. Make sure we're not running out of power. I think we're at 33%. We're good for a while yet. I'll definitely have to change the battery at some point though. But we're still going out this way, so I don't want to change it until we're coming back. Make sure we get the full ride on there, hopefully. And then probably this one, I don't think I'm going to chapter it. I think I'm just going to pull shorter clips and just post those separately. For people that want to watch shorter stuff. And then if you want to watch the whole ride, the whole ride's there. I mean, we'll see what happens. If I ever get feedback on my videos and people tell me what they want, I might do more of that, but No one really comments on my videos. I'm not sure anybody even sees them. Some of them I make just for me, like the speed up videos. Those are mostly for me. Some people like them though. Like I'll put some of those on Facebook sometimes when people will comment they like them. So I know YouTube's just like a hard nut to crack, I guess. Is this the sheep farm here? I can't remember. Or is it further up? No, I think this is it. Yeah, here it is. Let's see. I don't see any. See, over by that fence sometimes you'll see sheep, but I don't see any right now. I'll go a little bit up here just in case they're like... Oh, I see where they are. Yeah, they're like... I don't know if you can see that, but they're way over there by the fence where you can't really see them. They're not by this fence where you can see them, so... Not really any point in going there today. They're mostly all hidden. So we'll just continue. There's like a lake or something down here. I think we could, or not a lake, ocean view. We could go to. I believe it's pretty nearby. We'll see what we see. In the meantime, you get a pretty good view right here. I like when the trees are kind of like overlapping a little bit like that. But there's some horse shit right there. Could run into a horse, you never know. Yeah, we've only gone 23 kilometers out. Oh, some more horse shit there around that. I don't want horse shit on my tires. I like to avoid that if I can. More horse shit there. There's a lot of horse shit right here. I forgot what I was going to say. And I guess Spider-Man's done really well in the theaters. Which I'm happy. I like Spider-Man. I've been wanting to go, but every time my daughter wants to see it too, though, so I kind of waiting on her. And she was busy last week, and then this week she had her fucking period. So, week before there was some other thing going on. I forget what. So, we haven't made it. I think she was sick or something the week before. And then I can't go without her because then she'll be pissed. I've been pretty lucky. I've managed to avoid spoilers for the most part. So. But I fear it'll be on streaming by the time we get to go see it. And I wouldn't mind getting some Spider-Man merch from the theater. Sometimes they got cool things. I don't think I've seen a Spider-Man movie I didn't like. I watched all of them. All three Tobey ones. There was some issues with some of the Tobey ones, but overall they were still alright. Like one thing that kind of bothered me about the Tobey one is, I mean, I get they're like, okay, the webs shoot right out of his wrist. Okay, great, that's fine, but how does it get through the gloves? Because you see him putting the gloves on there. There's that one scene where he's taking his boot off and his glove, he's pulling sand out of them and stuff. And it's like, how are the webs getting into those gloves and going out if they're coming out of his wrist? And wouldn't somebody notice like a weird glob thing on your wrist like that? Like, I don't think that was the best choice. I think they should have just had him be like the comics and make web shooters. Which is what they did in the later ones. Like the Andrew Garfield one and the new guy. I don't know why I can never remember his name. It's like right on the tip of my tongue and I just can't get it out. And then I get home after I've done recording the video. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what it was. What the fuck is his name? I feel like such an ass for not remembering his name. It'd drive me up. I might have to stop and Google it. I'm just saying. Oh, Tom Holland. There we go. Took me a second. But yeah, I thought he was a great Spider-Man. He's done his fourth movie now. He's been really good in the role. All of them have, really. So. And then the Marvel Doomsday or whatever is going to be coming, I think, in December. That's a little ways off, though. We're just out in the woods now. I realize I've gone like 24.6, so it's going to be at least a 50K ride. The only problem recording in 4K is like, even though I'm like 4K 30 FPS, it's still going to probably run out of battery on me. I may not get this whole ride recorded. We'll see. Because I'm not motivated to stop yet, so, and turn around. Because I gotta remember I have to go all the way back too. That's okay. It's a nice day out though, at least right now. It's not too hot yet. Good amount of trees here. I came out this way another time trying to find some waterfall and I couldn't find it. I thought that beach was near here. Maybe I missed it. It's possible I missed the turn too. I'm too stubborn to stop and look at the map right now. So I'm like, we'll just keep going this way. I'll go around this guy over here. I'm not sure why he stopped. He didn't need to. What are you gonna do? Look at this here. Oh yeah, this is where I tried to find that waterfall that time and I failed miserably. Okay, there we go. Alright. Gotta go over this way, I guess. I think our beach is near here. 100%. Oh, the bike's still showing 5 bars, that's good. That's because I'm mostly pedaling, so that's why I got power. If I was riding faster, I'd be down to like 3 bars, 2 bars right now, and I wouldn't make it home. Which is the problem with e-bikes. And yet I keep buying them. Although this is only my second e-bike, so it's not like I bought a lot. I actually owned more scooters. My first scooter, I got shortly after my first bike. I thought, that'd be kind of fun to try. So I tried it out, and I got like a El Cheapo one, and it would go 30 kilometers top speed, and it was so gutless. You could try to go up a hill because it only had one motor. It was like a 350. It was really weak. And Taylor Road. Yeah, this goes to the beach. There we go. This is the one I was thinking of. But yeah, so that one I ended up. After a while, I replaced it. I got an Apollo Ghost after that. And then I had kind of like brake issues with that one. And whatnot. But overall, it wasn't a bad scooter. I ended up getting rid of it though. And then I got this one with solid tires that had dual motors. And that one, I ended up crashing one night into some imbecile that was going the wrong way up the bike lane, and it was really dark. And by the time I saw him, it was too late. And then I cracked ribs and shit, and it took like 6 months to heal. So after that, I was always like extra careful on dark roads. Then after that one, I got the Punk Rider. Stop sign here. And then the Punk Rider ended up seizing up on me. And I got the T-Wing Z4 Pro now. I don't know what she was clapping about, but okay. So I got that one, and then that's the one I currently have, but now I'm worried it's going to become illegal because it's too powerful, even though I don't ride it fast. So the next thing I may do is just get a budget-friendly bike I don't mind locking up. And of course throw flat out of the tires because that stuff is so awesome. That's like insurance for your tires. Yeah, this is a fun little hill to go down, but it's gonna suck to come back up. Yeah. So let's slow down a bit here. Okay, yeah. Brought by the ocean for you. Pretty good view from this little spot here. Give you that. A bunch of people going up the way. So yeah. Here's some ocean view for you there. Maybe I'll do another little short video while we're here as well. This is Taylor Beach is where we're at. So this right here is Taylor Beach. It's a little ocean lookout area here. I'll zoom out a bit for you. Filming that on the GoPro as well with my bike. Anyways, that's all we need there. That's Taylor Beach. All right. Let's check the battery here real quick. In the red. 18%. I'll go a little further down before I change it. Oh, like a bunch of people on the beach over there. We won't bother filming them though. I have to go to the easier gear here so I can get up this big ass hill. Yeah, the motors on these e-bikes, like, because they're not that powerful, they help you up the hill, but they won't necessarily get you up the hill. You usually end up having to pedal because it'll just stop halfway through the hill sometimes. Weird, it goes down, but the bike's still stopping. That's odd. Strange things are afoot at the Circle K. It's an old saying. So here it's kind of steep. I'll stop pedaling and just throttle up the hill. Watch what happens. It'll go really slow. It's trying. It's slowing down. Down to 10, 9. It might not even make it. 8. It says 8. Doesn't feel like it's going 8. Oh, it might just make it. Anyway, I'm going to pedal. Enough of that. But yeah, that's the downside to the low power restrictions they put on e-bikes. There's another reason I'm thinking of just going to a normal bicycle, because it's kind of like, what am I spending all this money on e-bikes for when they're not even fast? They're not that good at getting up hills. But then again, I haven't ridden a regular bike since 1994, so I don't even really know what that's like anymore. But yeah, I'm gonna get a little further up back and then we'll check the battery again, see if I gotta change it. I want to ensure that I have enough battery to film the trek back. And then in the future, like maybe I'll do some like really, like if I get a regular ride, I might do some really super long rides and then I'll just film like segments of them as opposed to filming all of them. Okay. But, like probably what I would do if I was going to like say Vancouver, I would just film a little bit here and there. There's a dog walking up here. I don't see an owner. Oh, hello there. He's having a good old time. Otherwise, I mean, with these GoPros, I need about 4 batteries. I could buy another battery pack. They seem to come with batteries, so I could have 4 batteries and be quite the thing. It'd be kind of a mix-up when you're trying to throw them in your pocket to change. I'd have to like label them or something. Figure out a system to put the dead ones in. Like right now it's pretty simple. I keep 1 battery in my pocket, 1 in the camera, and then I switch. If I had 4 though, that'd be a little tricky. You have to put the dead ones somewhere else, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna go back to the harder gear again. There we go. So, a little Taylor Beach there for you. And this should be my trail now, I think. Yep, there we go. We'll start heading back now, as opposed to going out further. Because we're at about 28 clicks now, so that's going to be a pretty long ride today. If we don't do any more detours, it'll be about 56 clicks, I think. Although there was that trail back earlier on I was going to check out if I remember. So we may still go down there. Back on this one. Sometimes I'll do like rides like this and I won't say anything and then I speed them up and they sound kind of cool, but this is a vlog ride, so. I'm just not sure if I'm going to call it like a new episode or not, or I'm just going to start having them be separate vlogs. Renaming them. Because I noticed like the episode vlogs, they don't seem to really be getting any views, hardly at all. So I may have to change up the titles. I don't know. It's a big experimental thing for me right now. Trying to figure out. I gotta think you at least like to enjoy the views from these rides. Gives you a taste of Victoria there. I did a pretty nice silent tour ride there yesterday. I went like down the ENN trail through Esquimalt, and then I did a loop through downtown and did the beach and stuff. Went to the graveyard, saw some deer, whatnot. Went through Beacon Hill Park. I didn't do any talking on that one, so it's just the ride, and then I got a sped up version as well. I like those. I may or may not do a sped up version of this one, because if I do, I'll have to put music over it, because I was talking. So you won't be able to have the raw sounds, otherwise it just sounds weird. I'm not sure how to like edit out the voice for that and keep the rest of the sound. I ain't that good of an editor. Like, we'll see. But like when I speed them up 16 times. So they end up being pretty short videos anyway, so I don't know, they're fun for me to watch. But I mean, again, I may just do another ride out here and not say anything, and then do that one sped up. I don't know yet. One day I'll figure out a system that works. I still keep meaning to do Elder Scrolls videos, but I haven't got around to playing the game. I'm so busy with DC Universe Online. Playing that all the time. I have like ridiculous amounts of hours into that game. Even Elder Scrolls I got a lot too. Not so much to remaster. I got a bit in remastered. In the original Oblivion I got probably thousands. But my Steam library doesn't show the exact number on that one because I played it on PS3 and I played it on just regular PC with discs because I own the discs too. So the Steam version I never actually had that long because I've been playing that game since 2006. And even on Steam I got like over 1,000 hours. I figured the real number's closer to 10,000 hours or something. It's a lot. And then I make my own mods for the game. I don't download mods anymore. I prefer to just make my own. I upload them so other people can use them if they want. But use that horse shit again. Yeah, I still don't see the sheep by the fence or anything, so we'll just keep going. The sheep videos I make, they're more for my daughter because she really likes sheep. So when I film them, it's usually for her. And they're kind of cute, so I don't mind them either. Red light's still going. I figure it's got to be getting close to low though. So I should probably pull off for a second and just peek at the battery here. Somebody behind me? Okay, we'll just stop here for a sec. Check the camera. Oh, 5%. Okay, well, we'll be right back in a second. And we are back with a fresh battery. So we should be able to film the rest of the way. I mean, when we get closer to home, I'll probably pick up the pace to 30 kilometers an hour, so that'll help with the camera time. But I am realizing that if I'm going to keep filming in 4K like this, I'm going to probably have to get more batteries if I'm going to do any longer rides. Because, yeah, they don't last long enough to... Like, we've only gone 30 kilometers and I was down to 5%, so... And I've been known to do, like, longer than 30-kilometer rides, so, yeah, I won't have enough batteries to do that. But I do find a lot of the times the red light won't turn off when the battery's done charging, so it's I kind of have to guess when my camera's charged a lot of times. So I'm thinking of getting one of those little charger things anyways, and they come with 2 batteries. So I might just do that, and then I'll have 4 batteries, and that should be enough to film whatever I want. But for now, this is what we got. I mean, overall, I'm somewhat happy with the GoPro now, I guess you could say. Now that I got the shutting off thing sort of worked out. I gotta get a bigger memory card too, probably, because I'm only using the one that came with my package, and it's like 64 gigs. So the 4K might fill that up too, I don't know. I never actually checked how much of that I have left. So we shall see. So this is a pretty cool part of the trail here, where the trees are all like a big tunnel. I always like to look at that. I think it just looks cool. There's some horses on that farm too. I don't think I can get them through the trees, but probably shouldn't stop. I don't think it would look that good anyways on this camera. What was that? Could have been a peacock. That's a possibility. Or just a kid or something. I don't know. I don't think it was a kid. It sounded like some kind of a bird. Anyway. So we are in the deep woods right now. Which is always fun. I think that other path was just past Glen Lake, because I think I saw it before we got to the lake. So I think going back, it should be on the other side. I'm not sure it went in. It was like a little park or something inside, I thought. So yeah, might be something cool. But I am noticing I haven't had any shut-offs since I started formatting on my computer instead of using the camera to wipe the card there. I think I'm going to try to get maybe a 128 or a 256 card though. I got to find like the right kind though and make sure I get a good one because I don't want to get some piece of shit that won't work. So if I replace the memory card, it's going to be with a good one. Because I may want to do longer rides, or I may have to just film in lesser resolution for those rides. Like when I first got my camera, I used to film in 1080p, 30 frames per second. And it looked okay, but I mean, I upload in 1080 anyways with Clipchamp because if you want 4K uploads, you have to pay extra, and I'm not doing that. I'm going to try that other program out that's supposed to let you do it. So I wish I could remember the name of it. But we'll see how that works. Because CapCut didn't seem like it. It seemed like it looked worse than 1080 when I uploaded from CapCut, even though it was 4K. So it was a little confusing. So I don't know how I feel about CapCut. I might not keep that program. So I'm trying this other one out. I may try DaVinci Resolve again and maybe have better luck with it next time. It looked kind of confusing. I'm not exactly a pro editor. I've always kind of struggled with video editing. Photoshop too, I'm not good with that. Throttle here. I give my butt a break on my seat. That's one thing about the longer rides, your ass gets so sore. A long looking right here. Can we get across? Yeah, we can, I think. Okay, there we go. Bench there. Well, far away, 33. And I'll go past this person, please. I'll go up to 30 temporarily. And we're back to our 22. They've been going sort of like the same speed as me, but like I'm at 4 bars now, but I'm not. I might be too far out to start doing 30K back to town, so I don't want to run out of power. So we're back to the 20 something. Yeah, I had kind of a cool idea for like a free energy machine, but it didn't really work out too well. I tried it with a fidget spinner, right? I was trying to use like the polarity of magnets to push against each other to make it spin, but it just kept going like back and forth on because there wasn't enough, I guess. So it's something I want to try again with maybe more magnets. See if I can get that to spin on its own, because that'd be kind of cool. If I can get it to work. It's something I wanted to build for a long time. kind of the stuff to really make it right now. And then I thought, you know, actually if I turned it the other way, you could use gravity to help that along. It might work better. So I gotta try that too. But I mean, really, when you have like solar and wind, you kind of got free energy anyway right there. Especially now, like solar panels are getting better and better. So. One great idea that I saw, some country was doing it. But you know, you got like large parking lots, like outdoors, and if you made those into covered parking lots and then used the roof as a solar farm, you could not only have your cars cool on a hot day because they would be in the shade, which would be better, but you would get power from the solar. So it'd be a great place to put a solar farm because it's just a parking lot anyways. So I thought that's a great idea. We should do that here. And then you got a lot of these like office buildings and stuff downtown that are high up. You could put wind farms on top of those because it's already really windy up there anyway. And you can actually put solar panels up there too. And between that and the wind, like if you have solar panels on the tops of like skyscrapers and shit and wind, feeding that undergrid, you could probably get more than enough power, which would make electricity like free. Or close to free. I'm sure they still find a way to charge us out the ass for it. But you put that infrastructure in and the planet would like you a lot more. And then you're not like wasting like farmland for that stuff. Like sometimes they'll say they'll put a solar farm, they'll put it on like a bunch of farmland. Oh, what are you doing that for? That's stupid. Put it on like land you're already using. Put it on parking lots, put it on buildings. Same with the wind things, put them on top of buildings. Instead of wasting fields on them. And then you can use the fields for like cows and stuff. There's a lot of things in this world that could be quite easily improved, but they just don't want to improve them. Usually it's tied to money somewhere. Somebody's making too much money off of something, so they don't want it improved. They don't care that the fucking planet's gonna be fucked in a few years. You know, they'd rather, they want their money now, that's all they care about. Like you ask me, the billionaires are the problem. They shouldn't even exist. Like nobody needs that much money. They're just hoarding wealth and they're getting that wealth by exploiting workers. It's wage theft at a grand scale. Like you don't get to be a billionaire by being a good person. With the exception of Gabe from Steam. That guy seems like he's alright. But he's the one exception. Most of them, they're just pieces of crap. They want to just give you as little as possible for as much as possible. They don't want to pay anybody to do anything. Even like the social media, the game sites and stuff. You know, they use AI to moderate. It's like, just use a fucking person. It's like in DC Universe Online. You look at like LFG chat and it's just full of just crap. And all it would take is a human to pop in there every once in a while and just monitor the chat for a little while. Figure out who fucking needs a ban and who doesn't. But no, they have AI do it and it doesn't get it. And then you get false bans from AI. Alright. I guess we're going. And a lot of like just silly shit like that. But the thing about the billionaires is they put the government in there, and the government doesn't serve us, it serves them. And that's only going to work for a while, because eventually, when you push people too far, eventually they revolt. And just ask the French how that worked out for the billionaires there. Or the alley guards that they had at the time. They put them on guillotines and their heads rolled. And they only get away with it now because everyone's so fucking divided and busy fighting each other over dumb shit. We're fighting about Marvel versus DC and which Superman's better. We're fighting Republican or conservative or fucking Democrat, liberal. Yeah. I guess I'm stuck. That's a lot of ice. But everyone's like so divided, and that's how they want it, because then we're not fucking going after the fucking real problem, which is the billionaires. That are just pillaging everything and ruining everything and just making everything suck. And anytime you find any kind of like possible loophole that might, where like, you know, like a scooter or e-bike, you get around cheap, and they find a way to fucking suck money out of you that way too. Yeah, I'm almost getting to the point where I'm just gonna stop watching the news because it just pisses me off every time I do. This way. I don't see a crosswalk there though. I guess we gotta wait for this light and then that light. We're gonna be here a while. That's a long light too, isn't it? Oh boy. I'm not a fan. Oh, there we go. Finally changed. Still 50 cars trying to squeeze through. And then we gotta sit here and wait for this one. Yeah, see Sooke Road. It sucks. Well, any day now. Nope. There's a turn light on every freaking one. It just makes it take that much longer. Oh, we got through it eventually. Another reason I like recording the full rides too is because sometimes things will just happen and you want to be able to get those on camera. You can't always just start it up instantly because you don't know, right? I mean, it'll be a bit before you see this one anyway. I got a lot of things that are scheduled to load still. I got a lot of clips coming out too that are gonna upload. Lots of little things coming up. But there's one thing about my channel, there's no shortage of stuff to watch, that's for sure. Okay, here's our lake. And I think just past here there was a little trail to like some park or something I was gonna check out. Was it here or was it further up? Let's take a peek. Yeah, that just goes to like a crescent or like a street or something. Yeah, that's been going to nothing. Must have been further up. Or we passed it, I'm not sure which. I'm always amazed at how many people ride side by side like that though. I mean, I get it, you want to talk to each other, I guess, but then people get stuck behind them. Maybe it was up here. We gotta go, it's possible we missed it too. And when I say we, I really mean I missed it. You're just along for the ride. Kind of a okay. The microphone's still there? Yep, okay, that's working out well. Doesn't go to anything, okay. I'm kind of keeping my eye out on the side trails for a little. Well, there was a park this way, wasn't there? Maybe we go down and see what it's. Is it just a walking thing or? Colwood Creek Park. It doesn't look like it goes to much though. It just looks like it goes to a street. Yeah, so what do you think? It just seems to go to nothing, right? Yeah. Alright. I think that's the one I was going to check out before, but it doesn't look like it goes to nothing, so I'll probably pass. Plus there's a bunch of people on it too. And they're all walking. I won't have to go around them. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's much there. Maybe it goes off this way or something. Like a little mini park there, just with some benches, nothing much. We'll see. Cars coming in. We're good. Still the 4 bars. It is cloudy, but it's not like rain cloudy looking, so we're probably all right. Maybe I'll check the time at this light. I don't even know what time it is. We've been riding for a bit here. We're at 37 clicks now. fast. It's 11:49. Been a long ride. It's left later than I thought I did. I don't think we've been riding that long. I mean, I guess I'll know when I edit the video because I started it pretty much at the start of the ride. So. Might be a 2-hour video, a little over, who knows. Rental scooters. You see a lot of those around town now. I'll give you a little quiet riding for a while. I don't know, I'm kind of running out of shit to talk about. I'm not really talking about much anyway. That's the vlogs though, that's how they go. I don't always plan them. Sometimes I might have topics I want to discuss and I might write a list or something, but most of them are like today, it's off the cuff. It's whatever I'm thinking at the time. One thing I kind of wouldn't mind chatting about, like console gaming. I don't know why anybody still buys consoles anymore. I mean, before the Rampocalypse thing happened, like, gaming PCs weren't that expensive. Like, you could get a pretty decent budget gaming PC that would play most games for under $1,000. And when you factor that against, like, a PlayStation, you know, even if you get a PlayStation, like, when they were like $500-600 or whatever, you still got to pay for PlayStation Plus. You got to pay full price for every game, which is $80-90. Even the old games are that price. Like, there's not really good sales on PlayStation. Whereas on PC, you can get Steam games and good old games for like fuck all. There's always like big sales on those, like really cheap, like cheaper than you would ever get on a console. So, in the long run, PC gaming is way cheaper than console gaming. And with PC, your games are your games forever. You don't have to worry about, oh, a new version of the console came out and it doesn't support your old games, so you can't play them anymore. Unless you have the old console. Or they stopped supporting it with the online features now, too. It's like, your PS4 games, once the PS4 is gone, that's it, they're gone. They're just wiped from the planet. There'll be no way to play them. Because a lot of them have to have like a handshake with the digital thing to work. So then when that's not there anymore, it's like, oh no, I can't play it. Whereas with like PC games, I can play old games from 2006, I can play old games from the 1900s. There's emulators for things. I can play most console games on a PC with emulators. The game's just gone forever. There's a pirate site that usually has a copy that makes it still playable. And then you got the Steam sales and stuff. It's a no-brainer. And when it comes to like, oh, controllers or gamepad, you can use any gamepad you want. I can use a PlayStation controller, I can use an Xbox controller, I can use a Steam controller. I can use 50 different kinds of third-party controllers and no-name brands, whatever. Like, there's so many options with PC. So I don't get like why you would even get a console. I mean, hell, in 2025, before the RAM poggles, you could actually get a mini PC that would run most games pretty well. And then all you do is you just get one of those cooling units for the mini PC that they sit on. It's like a stand. They plug in. They keep it cool, extra cool. Like, so then you don't have any overheating problems with it. And a lot of them had like decent amounts of RAM and stuff in them, and they're like $400 or $500, like cheaper than a PlayStation. Except, oh darn, I can play everything. Or most stuff, anyways. Like, I saw a lot of people like benchmarking those things on YouTube, and they were able to play just about any game. Not necessarily on max settings, but if you're a console gamer wanting to get out of the console ecosystem, like PC is just so much better. I got into PC like way back. Like after the PS3, I got in like pretty early on. I started out with consoles. I go way back on consoles, like all the way back to the 80s, like in television and fucking the original Nintendo, like that far back. Atari. And then I had PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. I had PS4, but I ended up giving that to my daughter because hers broke, and I found I wasn't using it because by that point I was pretty much exclusive PC anyway. Even with the PS3, I'd kind of transitioned more to PC by that point. Like, I got my first PC in 2007. It was a Windows Vista laptop, and it didn't play any games. It was a piece of shit. But, first PC, what are you going to do? I didn't know any better. So I got Oblivion, like, thinking I could play that. Oh, no, I couldn't play it. I ended up getting that for PlayStation. And then I had the PC version before I had the PlayStation, where I just couldn't play it right away. But yeah, I've been mainly on PC for the longest time. PS5 I never even bothered with. I didn't care. Even PS4, I got it, and I got a couple of games for it, and then I barely ever touched them, and it kind of collected dust. And then I still have my PS2, it's just like in a box somewhere, and I still got my PS3, but I don't have any of them hooked up. Because I just don't use them. All I ever would play on them anyways was old, like, WWE games. I mean, nowadays, like a lot of PS2 games, I'll just run a PlayStation emulator later on my my PC and just play them that way. I kind of lost interest in wrestling though, like years ago, like probably 2011, 2012, somewhere around there. I just stopped watching it. I didn't care anymore. I honestly think that wrestling was never as good after 2001 when Vince McMahon bought WCW. That was kind of the end of it being good after that. There wasn't too much after that. It was all downhill. But anybody who, like me, who lived through the 90s wrestling and the Attitude Era, oh my God, dude, if you didn't see that, I feel bad for you, because that was when wrestling was good. It was fun to watch then. We'd have pay-per-view parties in the 90s. We'd like all kick in for the pay-per-view, like $5 each or whatever, and then we'd get a bunch of beer and like a pizza and watch the pay-per-view. And the next day, that's all anybody talked about. Oh my God, did you see that? That's when you had Mick Foley versus Undertaker and the fucking Hell in the Cell, and Foley fucking got thrown off the cell through the table, hauled out on a stretcher, came back, climbed back up, got chokeslammed, the fucking cage roof broke, he fell through, chair followed him down, knocked his tooth out into his nose, it was nothing. And then you're like, okay, he's got to be done. No, he kept fucking going. Ended up with bringing thumbtacks in and just everything. It was just nuts. It's on YouTube. You can see that match. Like that's one thing nice now is you can still watch a lot of the old ones, which I will do once in a while. I'll go back and watch old 90s wrestling clips or 80s clips even. Because I used to watch it when I was a kid in the 80s too. I was a big fan of like Demolition and Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan as a kid and Roddy Piper. That whole era was pretty fun. It was cheesy, but early 90s, like WWE kind of got a little bit in. They started slacking a little bit. WCW got better than WWE for a while. Like I was watching both at the time. Like, man, like 1996, WCW, holy fuck was it good with the whole NWO thing starting out. And even 95 with like most of the people that I recognized from WWE, they were all in there, right? like Randy Savage and a few was another one I like. So it was pretty good. And I got way into wrestling games on like PlayStation 1. I was playing the first SmackDowns and stuff. And then the N64 ones, there was like WrestleMania 2000 and No Mercy. And then like the PS2, you had like Just Bring It wasn't that good. Shut Your Mouth was really good. And Here Comes the Pain was peak, I think. And then 05 was kind of but then SmackDown vs. Raw 2006, that game was really good. Since 2007 as well, both of those.
Wait.
Got way into them. But yeah, I was hanging in there watching wrestling back then, and then just by 2011, I'd had enough of it. And I've tried to go back every once in a while and peek or whatever. I tried watching TNA for a while.
On for all
couldn't get into that either. So I ended up just not caring. I got more into the superhero shows. I was watching the Arrowverse and stuff. I'm gonna pick up the pace a little bit here. Oops, wrong one. I'm gonna go to the harder gear though. I feel like we could probably make it on going 30. Might save the camera a bit too. Have to do a lot of charging on the batteries. I ended up turning off the voice commands because I heard that saves battery as well. I might have the GPS on, I'm not sure. If it was default, then I probably do. Thanks. They liked my helmet. If you've seen any of my other videos, you've seen my helmet. It's like a skull helmet. It's kind of like a silver color. Looks really cool. I like it a lot. I always figured, you know, you gotta wear a helmet anyways. You might as well wear a cool looking one. Like the kind of helmets like that guy was wearing, those standard kinds, I don't like them. I'm sure they're fine and good, but no thanks. Hard pass. I'll stick with mine. coming up by, no, we're not yet. I thought we're coming up on the one lake there. I forget the name of it. Maybe Cetus Lake or something? Or Elk Lake, it's one of them. But it's like kind of over that way a lot. So you wouldn't even see it on the camera anyways. But we're not there yet. But maybe if I see a spot like by it when we do go by it, I may see if I can point the camera out and show you. Oh, some pretty good big bumps on there. Jesus. Paved trails are worse than the fucking gravel trails. Got more bumps. Some of these spots. I don't know, I might even like the gravel trails more, unless it's muddy, then not so much. I mean, raining season will be here in another month or two, so the rides won't be as frequent. But even in the winter, I still try to get out and do bike rides when I can, because you do get some days where you get a break. I mean, I grew up in Alberta, so I dealt with snow. But not a fan of that. That's kind of why I live here. I moved here like decades ago, though. Like at this point, I've been here longer than I was ever there, so Alberta doesn't even feel like home anymore. This place does. So yeah. But I do want to get a few more no talking sped up rides too done before the rain comes. So I'll probably do some more of those down the road. But today I felt like, let's do a vlog. Mirror keeps moving on me. See, I'm going 30 and this guy's like ready to pass me. Guess what kind of bike he's on. Loud bike. When he's up pedaling, it makes some weird rattle. I've heard other bikes do that though, so I think it's like just part of the design of that or something. I don't know. He turned off. Okay, we gotta turn. Well, yeah. There's a bike in there. See what they're building there. That bridge is going to be pretty nice on the trail. It'd take a long time, but I think it's going to be worth it when it's done. Looks like they're getting close to being done, so that's cool. Kind of looking forward to that. To pile on, but look at these pylons. It's a dad joke for you. I see the camera still blinking, so it's still recording, no issues. That makes me happy. I do find some of the like daytime GoPro videos, they look pretty darn good. I'm not gonna, they're pretty decent. So there are a couple of videos on my channel where I was angry with the GoPro. I don't know why I said GoPro. That was a slip of the tongue there. But, I was angry because they were like just randomly turning off and I couldn't trust it. But it seems like it's all right now. We shall see. Wait here. I guess there's some kind of bike event going on today that I'm unaware of. I'm just doing my ride. We're at 45.6 kilometers right now. There we go. So, I guess that's why there's so many bikes out today. They're doing whatever event is going on. I don't really keep up on like biking events. While I like biking, I don't care about like races or weird event things. I just want to get on my trails and do my rides, do my vlogs. Well, we're at 3 bars, 45.9. I don't think we're too far from home. Remember correctly. I'm pretty sure we got enough power. But you never know. Another year, these vlogs might all be done on a normal pedal bike. I may just decide to ditch the e-bikes altogether. I don't know. I'm on the fence there. I may just keep the e-bike and then get a pedal bike as well and just to kind of feel my way into it. Maybe I'll get like a cheap crappy tire bike and just kind of try that out for a while. Because that's something I could take down to restaurants and lock up outside and not worry too much about it. Because if it's cheap enough, no one will want to steal it. And then if it does get stolen, well, it's a cheap bike, so not the end of the world. I'd rather get a $200 bike stolen than a $2,000 bike stolen. If you have to get one stolen. And then, well, scooters, I don't know that I'm ever going to buy another scooter because I got to see what they do with these laws. They might just ban them on me. I'll probably just stick with the one I got. Hope they don't take it away from me. And if they get banned, I guess they get banned. Nothing I can do about it. Hair from them. So like this part going up the hills is nice when you got an e-bike. But I mean a good lightweight bike too is going to be easier. This one doing? There we go. But yeah, in September, I think on the 15th or maybe sooner, I'm going to be getting a new boss at work or I'm going to be getting laid off. I'm not sure which one's happening. I'm a little uneasy about that because I'd rather not end up on unemployment or worse, welfare. be optimistic. But hopefully it's just like the other bosses and I get a new one and that's that. That's how it's gone. I mean, I've been at that place for 29 years. I don't really have a lot of other skills. I'm nervous riding my kids. Because you never know if they're going to just veer in front of you and I don't want to hit one. So yeah, now we're going by the lake there, but it's on the opposite side of the trees over there. So I don't really see anybody or any spots I could show it to you. Yeah, not really. Mumpy Ridge. Yeah, it's in the big wall here. There's just no way to really see it. Even I can't see it now. I just know it's there. So this guy's going fast. He's going around 30-ish, maybe a little quicker. I'd say about 30. That's about the average speed a lot of riders ride though. 30, 25, 20. I go 20 most of the time because I need the range. Wait, I hear. Ooh, 2 bars. I don't think we're too far back from home though, so should be all right. I'll try to coast as much as I can. But the thing is, like, the more people riding bicycles and scooters, the better it is for the environment. It's a lot less emissions and you know, conservatives will tell you it's the opposite, but they don't know what they're talking about. And the fact of the matter is, if you change the power grid to smart solutions like wind and solar, you could totally do it. People do it all the time. It's a proven tech. You don't have to use fucking gas and coal and everything else to get power. So you did that, you got clean energy, and then you're charging your cars and your bikes and whatnot with that. And like electric is the way to go. It's more efficient. It doesn't break down as much as a gas car does. Like an electric motor will last years. That's why the automakers don't like them that much, because they're too efficient. They can't sell extra money on car parts like they can with gas cars. Gas cars always have fucking one problem after another. Electric cars, not so much. The battery, that's the biggest problem with electric cars. If they ever get the batteries worked out, which they're starting to do, they're starting to come up with more efficient batteries already, mostly in China. And you know, that'll be a game changer. But in the meantime, you know, people riding e-bikes and scooters, that's helping out. It's cutting back on the gas emissions. Not everybody needs to be driving a car anyway. You know, it's like get off your ass, go on a bike, go on a scooter, get some air. Leave the car at home sometimes, you know. Save some money on gas. But you know, some kids did wheelies on Surons on public streets, so everybody's gonna freak out and go after every e-bike rider. Or one scooter guy goes on the highway in Ontario, And so now all of a sudden they're all bad. It's like, that's bullshit. How many fucking times you see a car running a red light or doing something stupid? I see it all the time. I've been almost hit by cars running red lights. So, but they never point that out. Because of course they're not going to ban cars. There's too much money in that. That's the problem with our world. Everything comes down to the almighty dollar. The capitalist system isn't working. It's time for something better. That's what we really need. 2 bars, 50 clicks we're at right now. We're taking a little bit of a shortcut. Just because the bike battery's down to 2 bars right now. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can get home on that, but I'd like to make sure. Actually, let's get off of this higher gear too while we're at it. There we go. Another option I thought too is just get a lightweight e-bike that I can ride mostly as a regular bike. Because I know those exist. I may try one of them out. So I could have took the little mini trail like we kind of started, but I was thinking, being later in the day, there might be a lot of people walking it, so that's why we went this way instead. We'll connect back up with it, though, where we started at our beginning of our ride, and that'll be where the end of the video will be. About at the tail end there. And if you have comments and you want to comment about like maybe my videos suck and how to improve them, I'm open to criticism. Because the ultimate goal is to make the videos better. So. Right there is where we started. So we're going to just see you next time. I hope you enjoyed that one.